Hi, welcome back to T-Squared. We took a week off, but we're back in action. We're taking a look at the top 10 trends and taking their temperature today. We're going to start off in omni-channel, and we have two new introductions on the omni-channel front, Boris and Bopus. Boris is our guy who's buying online and returning in store because it's more convenient and less expensive for him. And actually, 65% of people would take advantage of that service if it wasn't in fact available. Bopus, his cousin, is coming in and he's buying online and he's picking up in store. 58% of people have expressed a desire to take advantage of that service for the holiday period. What that's doing on the omni-channel environment is it's now feeding into number 3, which is the reduction in size of a lot of the footprints of major retailers. It's coming in now, it's becoming more of a try-on environment. You need to carry far less inventory and of course need far less space. Number 4, every week we probably see another headline. Radio Shack's gone bankrupt for the 3rd time and emerging again, and every department store is closing doors. Really what's surprising on this, if you look at the net number for 2017, current forecast is there will be net 4,000 new stores opening for 2017. You walk down to Melrose Place and you see the new Golden Goose brand store or the Baldwin store. These people that started with direct-to-consumer are now going brick and mortar. You go over to Century City and look at in LA and you look at the new expansion. Italy, food is becoming a major component in a lot of these new repurposed locations. They had security holding people. I haven't seen security keeping people out of a retail store for quite a while. So retail's alive and well, net increase. Then if we go back to number 5, which was my original segment on controlling your brand on T-Squared, a lot of retailers now have gone in and a lot of brands have decided to do 2 things. Reduce the amount of promotions going on in their own name brand stores, as well as pulling out of retailers that are too promotional in nature. There's a couple I won't mention. One starts with a B, one starts with an M. They've taken a brave, bold step here by, often with public companies, taking a longer term view by, in the short term, taking sales down consciously, but doing it much more profitably to protect that brand equity. The other thing that's happening in opposition to that when you go to number 6 is there's still retailers running this off-price channel, and that off-price channel, like in the Nordstrom case, the rack results continue to be on comps up, and while the regular brick and mortar FLS stores have been running down. I think that's going to run in opposition as more brands jump on the bandwagon to protect their brand equity. The other thing that's interesting when you go into number 7, no one would have thought a couple things. One, that street would have now commingled with luxury, or that you could have taken something from a lower price point and brought it up in the luxury. So what's happening with streetwear? It's happening through the blogs and some of the publications like Hypebeast, so luxury can access the millennials. It's also through better retailers like a Bergdorf or a Harvey Nicks or a Selfridges, taking pure streetwear brands in terms of their assortment. And the other piece which has been successful, like Rihanna's, for example, with her Puma collab, the collabs are doing particularly well. So an interesting note is we took a look at that list, and for those of you who follow List, they've got 4.5 million data points an hour, 12,000 brands, 65 million annual consumers. So these guys are tapped in. Off-White went from last quarter at 33 to this quarter at number 3 on the luxury list after Balenciaga and Gucci. Who would have thought a streetwear brand would be number 3 on that brand engagement list? Then if we move into the subscription models, number 9, everyone was in love with subscription models. I think every guy on the planet was pretty much involved with Dollar Shave Club initially. What's happening with a lot of these is if they're purchased, the investor is not getting their investment paid back. If they're on a public company like Trunk Club and Nordstrom, it's being written down. So it seems to be, if you plotted a lot of these on a graph, a quick trajectory, a leveling off, and now a decline. So I would just be careful when you're investing in, partnering with, supplying any of these subscription clubs, because right now I haven't seen any right now that are being sustainable. Number 10 is kind of one of my favorites, is the weather. And the weather, you couldn't go to your boss before in retail and blame the weather on bad sales. Now what's happening with climate change, yes, climate change, There's extreme situations like a flood or a hurricane with business interruption, or you can have an extended season, a brutally cold winter in the Northeast that goes for 2 more months, or you could be in the Southwest with long hot summer which goes again for another couple months. So if you're not in just-in-time inventory, you don't have short cycle times, you're not going to be able to take advantage of being in there for those repeats in those extended seasons. So competitive disadvantage until you get your cycle time down. And I'm just going to put on one last footnote because I don't want anyone to talk about Sears again. Sears was always a real estate play. Stop writing about it. Get them to sell off the rest of their IP. Shut it down and put everyone out of their misery. Thanks for coming out to T Squared again. Look forward to seeing you again. Welcome your comments. See you in 2 weeks.